Bible.
This is Ryer here, and we're going to be talking about baptism in the Old Testament. Also here is
Braden.
And don't forget Derek.
Hey Ryer, why did the sponge go to church?
Why?
Because it was holy.
I'm going to talk about Noah's Ark. The actual flood itself was to completely wipe out humanity because God's people weren't living up to his image. God wanted new life for humanity, so he used water to give everyone new life and a new start. This relates to baptism because it represents new life with water.
Okay. Hey Derek, how many Catholics does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. How many?
None, because they use candles.
So, the Red Sea allowed the Israelites to start their religion and basically start a new faith with Christ. And this relates to baptism because when you get baptized, it's new life and you're cleansed. And
Passover was God saving his chosen people, much like baptism saves the people of the church from original sin. Baptism is also related to the Old Testament because baptism is the first sacrament, much like the Passover was the first step towards creating a new covenant with God. It also ties into Genesis because water is the first thing created by God in Genesis, and all other life on earth is birthed from water, much like you start a new life in Christ when you're baptized.
Hey Derek, if you ever need an ark to save two of every animal, I know a guy.
Yeah.
Easter Vigil Liturgy is the most beautiful Mass we celebrate as Catholics. It is where we renew our baptismal processes that initiated us into the Church. It is also where the catechumens are baptized. Many of the readings at the Easter Vigil Mass tie into the waters of baptism. For example, in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 through 2, it talks about how God created the sea and the waters. These waters are a metaphor for new life and tie into baptism. Another verse is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 15, where it talks about how God and Moses parted the Red Sea. As Braden said earlier, the parting of the Red Sea is a great example of baptism because it gave new religious life to the Israelites and allowed them to express their faith.
Derek, what do you call a
Nun that's sleepwalking and stuff.
I don't know, Ryer.
It's a Roman Catholic. Because she's roaming.